know Philadelphia better than me. Have they greased all of the lampposts in downtown? They did not say so? They haven't yet.
So you can climb them.
They climb them, unless they grease them.
Yeah, they do that in New Orleans too.
Oh, do they? Jimmy Stovall is back with us. And we are back with 2 pounds, or two 2-pound peach or apple cobbler. Now, you can do 2 peach, 2 apple, or do a combo and you do 1 and 1. Now these have pastry top and pastry bottom.
Yes.
And that's the way God intended, or at least the Southern God
Exactly. So David, we do cobbler in our restaurant. We only have a few desserts, and our cobbler is one of them. And I wanted to do something really special here because when I grew up, my grandmother would make homemade cobbler, and you could tell a cheap cobbler or someone that's cutting corners and when it doesn't have a bottom crust, it just has fruit or pieces, little tiny pieces, and then one crust. This has a crust on the bottom and the top.
So when my grandmother both grandmothers used to make it.
Oh yeah, buttery, it's flaky, it's sweet, it's so good, but it's not overly sweet because the filling is what's sweet. The crust, it just makes it. And I always want to make sure in every scoop that there's plenty of crust in there. But I also want to show you, this is the apple I was just showing. This is the peach. I want you to look at the size.
Let's get you another plate.
Give me a little plate.
There's another plate.
Okay.
Underneath there.
All right. Look at the size of the fruit in here. There's also, you'll see sometimes it's just little tiny pieces. Look at that. Look at those peaches.
Big old peaches.
And it's not overloaded with just with like the sauce or the slurry that's in there. It's loaded with fruit. That great buttery crust on the top and the bottom, and it browns up and crisps up as you cook it off in the oven. You want a little ice cream?
I want it just natural.
Just how it is.
That's peach. That's summer.
Isn't that good?
That's so good.
Southern peach.
Now, my dad's mom used to make a blackberry cobbler make you cry.
Yeah.
I mean, she would put pastry crust on the top, pastry crust on the bottom.
Yep.
And my dad would come in and he'd say, "Mother, did you make cobbler today?" And she said, "Yes, darling, I did." And she put vanilla ice cream in it, and it would melt into the purple blackberries, and it would turn lavender.
That's right. To me, a cobbler is so, it's just nostalgic. It's just so good. It's delicious. These are in 2-pound trays. What I love about them,
you've got the peach, and I wanted to try the apple.
All right, dig into that apple. There's not much more, how much more American than that right there?
It's way better than apple pie.
Oh.
I mean, it's way better than apple pie.
It is.
It's a different consistency.
Yep.
Similar flavor, but a different consistency.
Yep.
And now, Chance, my producer, you said the combo is really popular? Really popular. That's where you get 1 peach and 1 apple in the combo, and each one is 2 pounds, so it's 4 pounds of food.
Yeah, absolutely. And again, I just want you to see this because this is important to me. You know, you can get a cobbler and it has little tiny pieces of fruit about that big, and it's all filled with the slurry. A fruit cobbler should have lots of fruit in there that you can sink your teeth into. It's not mushy. It still has that little bit of a bite, a little bit burst.
I see little specks in there. Is that cinnamon?
A little bit of cinnamon, in both of them. And again, that crust on top and bottom. This is a true Southern cobbler.
It's not too sweet.
No.
It's buttery.
That's right.
It's flaky.
Yep.
But it's not overly sweet. You're not going to taste it and feel like, wow, this is sicky sweet.
Yep.
You could have whipped topping with this. You could have it with ice cream, or you could have it the way I like it, just without anything on it. I even like it room temperature. When I was in college, I rented a room at a fraternity house. I was not a member of this fraternity. But I rented a room, and they made dinner fresh every night for all the boarders, right?
Yeah.
And that's what they called us. They called us boarders in the summer. And the ladies would put homemade apple turnovers out after hours, and they'd leave them out on a cake stand.
Yeah.
And I'd come home at like 11:30. Before I go to my room, I'd go down and see what was in the kitchen.
I would too. Did you get 2 like I would have?
I maybe had 3. And I mean, nobody was around. And I stopped by the convenience store knowing that there would be apple turnovers there, and I got a quart of milk. And I went up to my room real quiet, and then that's all you heard. All right, now we are very busy, and let me update you.
Peaches.
If you want a just apple, where you get 2 apple, have 170 left.
Oh, wow.
If you want 2 peach, 150 left. And if you want the combo, $2.50, but we brought in a few more of those combo because we knew they'd be popular.
That's right. A lot of people, you know, we don't have these very often. And again, you don't see us with a lot of desserts because we only do a couple of desserts at the restaurant. But the cobbler.
Look what I wrote right here.
Cobbler.
Cobbler.
That's the explanation.
This is not pie.
No.
This is cobbler. And
That's right.
and I even wrote you get 2 peach, 2 apple, or a combo, which is 1 and 1.
And that's pretty much all you need to know.
FSH means free shipping and handling. All right. Now, those are my notes. These are and I wrote cobbler in big letters on my card because I wanted to make sure that I pointed out that this is not pie.
That's right.
This is cobbler. Now, I grew up on cobbler. Peach cobbler, I mean, we would stop at a roadside stand in either Georgia or South Carolina and get fresh peaches in a brown bag. And come home and either have peach ice cream, homemade peach ice cream, or Mom would make cobbler.
I mean,
or we drop
that's what this tastes like to me.
We drop some off to Grandma and she would make them.
This is not like a grocery store cobbler or crumble, something like that.
And this is what it comes in. And how long will this last in the freezer?
Yeah, it'll last up to a year in the freezer, and you bake it right in the tray. We've popped them out into these dishes, but you can bake it right in this tray
oven?
right here. That's right. And the directions are right on the box, super easy. And then you take it out. And you have a great dessert if you're having, you know, people over. If it's just, you know, you want a, great sweet snack. And like David said, you can also do it room temperature. So there's plenty of leftovers in there.
I love room temperature fruit.
I know. Or after
pie
that,
or cobbler or
you want to put it in the microwave a little bit, and then put some ice cream on top. Not that I would ever do that.
I want to put my whole face in this. This is so good. It is out of this world. M97942 is your item number. And shall we talk about pulled pork or pulled chicken balls?
Meat and potatoes?
With some taters in it and cheese.
I think we'll let Tom do meat and potatoes.
Oh, is he doing that?
Yeah.
Oh, fantastic.
I might come get a bite.
All right, well, I hope you will. Hey, Tom Cassidy.
Hey, David.
Tom has